Yeah, so we got RVB versus the Photon Pheasants.
And the Photon Pheasants are the other Laserhawks team, correct? And
Yes, that's correct. They're one of the Laserhawks teams.
Let's see, I believe they brought a Kitey team last with also the Carries, which they beat Eve University's team, which was almost a mirror, just a little slight variation in the hull, but all doing the exact same thing of being rapid light missile DPS. So if I was them, I'll probably stick to that same exact comp because it's an extremely strong comp.
Yeah, it seems like definitely the good DPS buffer setups have been doing well with just kind of the rapid light and shield buffer, except for a few instances where they've gotten tackled by the wrong thing.
No, we seem to have like a meta forming. I feel by now we've kind of seen like the strongest comp has been the kiting comp, Orthros, Ericol, Serbs, just that really strong core of ships that could hit you pretty much around the whole arena and be really fast. Now the question is, what setup would you bring to counter that? What it has to go through your mind? Like, you know what? I might not have the pilots that have the skill for this. But what would counter that kiting comp?
I almost it's a hard thing to counter with this kind of meta, but I would almost say you might be able to do it going back to some kind of well-tanked drone setup. Might be able to do it, but the speed is a huge issue. You have to have something that can tackle and grab those rapid light chips.
I was thinking, how about, have we seen any arty setups at all in this time?
We haven't seen any arty at all, to be honest. It's been blasters or missiles, really.
That is a good point. You could bring like a double hurricane and maybe a vigil, like you were saying before.
That would actually be pretty strong, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll there's a case. You could blast that away.
Well, I mean, the all laser team from Make America Great Again did really well at their run. They just chewed through the other team.
Like, because there's never one ultimate setup. There's always a way to counter it, and that's what's great about this game is that it might look strong, but there's always some type of way to counter it, and you just have to really dive into the bag of tricks and really open up your get out of that tunnel. What we see is like, what can we do to completely wreck this? And there are ships in Eve that can counter a kiting comp like this. And I believe Arty Alpha comp might be the one way to do it.
That's really true, because you can match the DPS of these rapid light setups, but you don't have to deal with the reload as long as your cycle times, your cycle times matter less than the reload times of these rapid light ones. You might even be able to pull off a good Logis.
One of the case, though, is they are super hard mode in terms of piloting. You have to be really, really on point at piloting.
Yeah,
I've seen so many teams screw it up.
I was really sad. That was a comp I wanted to bring in the Alliance tournament that we didn't get to, and it was a mistake not to. But they're a lot of fun to fly, but they definitely are hard. It's definitely what you might call an execution comp. Necessarily the strongest on paper when you look at everything, but something that really comes down to your ability to fly it well.
So you'll definitely need something that gets a bonus to target paint lead. If you get that long range
absolutely,
that'll be.
And the target paint. You either saw hyenas or I don't think you saw the vigil too much, but you saw a lot of hyenas or a lot of target painters. I think even a couple bellicose and kind of rapier hugging occasionally making an appearance there as well.
Yeah.
So
the big thing is getting that carries off.
It looks like we have both teams in the arena now, so we'll be going there in a moment. We'll go ahead and give you a preview and just tell you what we see. RVB team again coming at 0 in that double Punisher Thorax Brutix setup. Interesting. This is what we kind of wanted before, is that Brawl vs. Kite setup with the Laserhawks team bringing a Orthros Caracal Jackdaw Curie setup. So It's going to be interesting to see, will these whole tanked Brutixies and the Punishers be able to catch some stragglers from this rapid light and light missile setup team?
Which brings up the question, because by this point you know what the Photon Pheasants what they were going to bring. You know, like Quantum Kestra's doing it, and the Photon Pheasants has brought it pretty much throughout the whole tournament. You know what they're going to bring, yet you still bring a brawly setup. Very strong ships, but you're already in the sense of kind of putting yourself on the back foot.
Yeah,
So
for
I'm
sure.
really
I
curious.
think the Photon Pheasants are starting out in much stronger position than RVB right here. And as you say, it's all about kind of learning the meta as it goes along. And if you look and you've seen what these teams have brought, maybe they banked on them bringing the same comp as the first match, which was a brawl setup.
I won't call this, because not only did they not see the last matches, so I won't say it's a pure mistake, but they have 2 Brutixes, which means they have 2 links. And if you look, there are no links on the other team, so they might be able to catch, like, these Caracals might just be able to get caught by the Punishers. I wouldn't count it out at all.
The Punishers will definitely be able to catch those Caracals, and I would definitely go for the Caracals first, because one Orthrus is not going to have the DPS. Well, having said that, we discussed earlier the Jackdaw was pretty good DPS as well. But if they can swat those Caracals pretty early, and they will be able to, I think the Punishers can actually tank. Like, if you fit them a certain way without much DPS or anything, you can actually get a ton of EHP out of a Punisher. So if they can survive those light missile volleys while they get attack cruisers, I think that RVB have got a chance here.
I think it really does come down to the getting those Punishers on top of targets before they die, really.
And there go the command bursts, and there goes the timer. So we're starting. Immediately the rapid light's going for Jasper's Punisher.
Jasper burning off to the side as well. Like,
yeah, he's out of range of those Caracals straight away, which is pretty wide move,
which is good.
Yep.
He's also might be trying to bait them in, but they're not falling for it. They're just going to keep pulling range and maybe switch to this Brutix that's catching up.
Yeah, interestingly, we're seeing a bunch of ECM drones heading straight towards the Photon Pheasants team, looking maybe to mitigate some of that
Photon
DPS.
is right at the boundary, and there goes one. Start the 30-second timer.
Yeah, the Jackdaw's out. There's a Captain Brute carding here.
Caracal's out, the carry's out as well now.
Go fast. He was over 2,000 meters a second, and he looks like he's just about to hit a Caracal of La Loca Fappuccino.
Yeah, those Brutises are deceptively fast. If they're hull tanks Brutixed, you overheat your microwave drive. I mean, without heat, you can get over 2k. With heat, you're talking 2.5. They are not slow. And Caracals aren't exactly known for speed.
Now the frigates are coming in. This is the right time for the frigates to come in. The frigate's going to go in now. Now it looks like they're going to go for the Orthrus. If they can pin down this Orthrus, and he's secondary, then I think RVB are looking in a really strong position there. Even though the first Briggs is now down to 75% hull, it's looking pretty good for them. I think if this Caracal is going to die.
Yeah, right now what the Photon Pheasants need to do is kind of like get away and regroup and get back into record, because they're kind of scattered around now. They've all kind of run off in their own different directions to kind of fend for themselves, but they need to get a bit more coordination under, and they need to really get rid of these Punishers as soon as possible.
These Punishers need to go in and catch something now, because Photon Pheasants, even though
they're
one Punisher down,
they're still kiting. They're still able to not get caught.
The Orthrus is tackled.
There he goes, and we got 2 ships actually just got tackled. That's awesome.
Captain Harding there in the Brutix, he's right next to that Orthrus. I think he's going to get on top of it pretty quickly with that Punisher's help. The Punisher of Yalasander is primary now for the Laserhawks team, which makes sense.
And CP's into hull, but
yep. That Orthrus is tackled by that Brutix. So now that enables the Punisher to disengage from that fight.
Is down. He was able to, but it was too late. Those missiles can still reach out and grab him.
The Orthrus is going to die now. He's got 2 Brutixes on his face.
So the entire Laserhawks team did go out of the boundary, but they all came right back in very quickly and have been able to take care of those Punishers. So now they can just kite away and slowly chip away at this Brutix and Thorax.
What this Thorax should be doing, he should be already trying to tackle someone else. And
he's already got the
right
Loca
on the Caracal. Yeah, so that's smart. Like, do you think it'll be a smart play for one of the Brutixes to bounce off and go try tackle?
No,
Are
they
they
need to kill
sure?
that Authoress as quickly as possible because he's shield boosting. I think he's probably got an XL ASB looking at it. He's actually boosting quite a lot, which has bought him a lot of time actually. If he was buffery, I think he would have been down already. He's in hole now. He's just about to pop, and the Loka is going to
So
be secondary. It's basically how fast they can kill this Thorax now, I think, because he's going to be the one with any chance of catching anything. He's into armor already, 88%. He's going to be into hole pretty soon. Depends when they hit their reloads, I guess.
Oh man,
RVB will have
here's
to
the
take care
crazy
of both
thing.
these
That Jackdaw
characters
is
to win.
close by. That Jackdaw is close to that Thorax, and we have the Brutix coming. So if that Jackdaw pilot, if he does not pay attention to what's on right now, essentially this Brutix could catch the Jackdaw as well on top and the Caracal. He could hold down the Jackdaw and put DPS on the Caracal and knock down the Caracal and easily switch to the Jackdaw.
Graham there on that Caracal by the Thorax as well. So they're just going to burn him down now. And then it'll just be Brutix Thorax versus Caracal Jackdaw, really. And the carry's just there for some utility.
The Keras
So-
is not much use at this point.
At this point, no, he's not. Like, I mean, we discussed this earlier on. The carries is much more use in like a kiting versus kiting cop or something where you want to stay at range. But as soon as you get into a position where you're in about them, then the carries just becomes essentially useless. And that's that
Well,
Caracal
the
down.
Keras, to be fair though, there is a lot of ECM drones out on the grid, and if the Briggs gets jammed and the Keras puts scan resolution scripts on the Briggs, he's going to take a long time to lock anyone, which actually can buy them a lot of time if they're kind of trying to kite him and stuff. If they screw up, it's gonna basically kind of be nice insurance for them. If he kind of like basically gets jammed and then gets scan res, they're going to be able to pull away really easily.
And look, the
Sure.
Jackdaw got caught.
Yeah,
I know any reason why the Jackdaw
I can't
is even
understand exactly. It's crazy.
Is he
I
rockets?
was gonna say
So I'm wondering.
it wasn't a big deal. It was a big deal that Thorax went down, but it's even bigger deal that this Jackdaw got caught, because if he goes down,
There's no
they
way
can
that
still
this
pull us
Caracal's
on
got
points.
the DPS to kill this Briggs in time. I think the
which
Briggs
means
is
that
just...
RVB will win on points, even though they lost that Thorax, which was absolutely crucial. I thought they had it in the bag when that Thorax disappeared, but the fact that Jackdaw went down, it's now 12-10.
The Briggs now, he's boosting himself. He's not going directly towards anything though. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's kind of maybe trying to, he's turning around now. It looks like he's pointing towards the Keras, or is he going to go for the Caracal? He's going for the Caracal. Caracal is only doing 300 meters a second. I'm going to guess that Frank Zane here, he's either baiting a little bit and letting the Briggs get close before he hits the MWD, or he's screwed up and his MWD is dead already because he's just sitting there stationary while this Briggs barrels down on top of him. If he doesn't move quickly, now he's decided to turn his MWD. Luckily,
He's like, oh shit, he's coming for me.
he was just going for style points there. I think.
This Brutix should also be trying to kill these ECM drones that are on him, because it would really suck to catch something and then get jammed.
Yeah, and then get scan res by the carriers and take 3 minutes to lock anything. You're gonna hate yourself. Yeah.
The thing is, though, all the British really has to do is just not die for the next X amount of time until the match is over. And I mean,
So
the
he
Caracal's going to hit
has-
reload. I mean, right now it's taking a huge amount of DPS on that Brutix, but as soon as that Caracal hits reload, it'll just be nothing, and it'll regenerate a little bit of shield. And they've still
He has
got
about 4
all
minutes left.
they've got
Oh,
all
no.
that shield EHP, that hull EHP to chew through.
Wait, so the Brutix did have drones on the carries, but now the drones have dropped off the carries, which I thought was yes, you get drones on it, but I don't know what his hobs are doing. I think they're attacking drones that are dead and idle drones.
So the carries probably flew out of range.
Hornet drones jamming a Hobgoblin 1. Wow, this is interesting. So there's the ECM drones that the Caracal and the Keras have got less are actually jamming the DPS drones of that Brutix. That's impressive. This is a smart move.
This is amazing. I love this. But
We saw some of this
clearly-
drone jamming play going on earlier on with the Gila fight, with one of the teams jamming the Gila drones, which was a very good move.
Oh, Biss is now closing down on Frank Zone. Frank Zone, come on, he's in
He's
within
heading
about 20
straight
kilometers.
for
He's
the
gonna have to
boundary,
start
so
moving.
he's gonna
turning
hit
now.
some-
So now if that British is able to just cut in underneath him and catch him on
No, the
on
Caracal's
his route
out.
back. Caracal is out. He's got about 30 seconds to come
He's
back
gonna
though.
have to turn around towards a Briggs that's accelerating towards his face
And
now.
It's a big problem because now he's getting damp disrupted in
Oh,
ECM
he's
for a
about to
few
catch him.
seconds.
No, I think he's made it. I think he's made it.
Remember, he's probably locking him right now and be like,
I'm
come
waiting
on!
for the notification. Come on. No. I bet
No,
this
I-
is
Sensor
jammed.
damps are real!
There's 2 Hornets on the Brutix. Maybe he was jammed when the Caracal
Oh,
slipped past
no.
him. Beautiful.
Yeah, that
Oh
Caracal
my
looks like he's
God.
home free now.
And he is using his rapid light missile
But-
volley to shoot the
does it
Briggs. And the
matter
Briggs
if
still has
he's-
68% hull left, though.
If he's not able to break this remaining 60% of hull, he's not going to, and he has 2 minutes to do so.
So, just to remind people, if a ship does go out the boundary for more than 30 seconds, then they are essentially disqualified.
Briggs is actually is actually going about 200 meters a second faster than this Caracal now.
I think the Caracal's not heating though, and maybe he doesn't have any heat left. That's the thing. Yeah, and the Caracal is not.
This is when heat management is really important.
Yeah, oh yes.
2 minutes.
Caracal's slowing down even more. Maybe the Caracal just burnt his micro out. No, he's speeding up again now.
Do we think the Caracal's got enough time to reload and kill this Briggs in under 2 minutes?
I don't
I'm not
Well,
sure.
I think
He's
he's
got
going to hit
about-
the other boundary soon. So he's now he's crossed half the arena now. So now he's heading back towards another boundary. So the British has another chance to try and catch him. And if that British catches him,
He has
then
about
it won't
60
be long.
To kill the Briggs in this, if he can't kill the Briggs in this clip, it's over, and the Briggs wins. I think if he can kill the Briggs in this clip, he'll win. But it's pretty close, and I think he's slowing down now. The Briggs is still moving. No, the Briggs is slowing down now. I think there's a lot of cap issues here, possibly.
With
for the
about
Caracal.
30 seconds left and 3% structure, I think this Briggs might hold on.
Yeah, the British is speeding. The British turned around. The British decided to burn away now. So he's letting the Caracal turn around and come back towards him. So either he's just hoping to survive, or he's going to try and do some elite PvP tactics and slingshot him.
The
I
missiles.
think they did it. And I don't think there's no time left for this Caracal to take down the rest
No.
of the hull tank of this Brutix.
This Caracal
And
just
it
has
all
to
came
commit.
down-
He looks
it
like he's
came
hit
down
reload
to-
again.
Huge mistake from the Jackdaw pilot.
So
he's
Caracal's now
staying
burning
close.
in. So
Yeah, no.
maybe he's reloaded at this point. He's just overheat, dump all the heat into those our rapid lights and just go for it.
How many seconds have we got left?
Not long.
10. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
10
it.
seconds. That's it.
Yeah. The Brutix honestly could have just, after the Jackdaw went down, just kind of stayed and didn't
Yeah.
do anything. He could have just hung out.
He's
They're like-
he's regenning shield right now.
Yeah, he could have went and got some coffee, and just like, oh, it's cool, babe, I already won, and I don't worry about it. That was hilarious, and it all came down to a simple little mistake of getting in close when you didn't need to be, and you see that these little positional mistakes happen, and maybe they thought they could take down the Brutix, but yeah, if a Brutix gets on you, GG, my friend. You're gonna die.
Yeah,
Well
it
played,
doesn't
RVB.
happen often, but when it does, it's such a huge deal for those little
So that's the Photon Pheasants being knocked out by red versus blue. Am I correct on that?
That is correct, I
Yes.
believe.
That is it. This is the lower bracket, so loser of this match is out.
Well, I mean, I felt like the Photon Pheasants had that little mistake there, but it was still a great match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That was a very exciting match. It came right down to the end. Now, when that Brutix was making that turnaround behind that Caracal up at the top, there was a small window there where he could have got that scram on that Caracal. I mean, he didn't need to at that point. He didn't know if he was going to survive or not the whole time, so he had to be aggressive and try and chase that Caracal down and try and kill it before it could kill him. And I want to know what happened there. Did he just miss it because he lost lock because of the jams and then couldn't relock because of the damps, or did he just not drift into range? Very
It could have
close
been a
fight. Very
damp
good fight.
issue. Yeah, but
I
really
think you
good
might be
fight.
right.
Congratulations to Red versus Blue to showing that you can in fact beat the kiting comp